What's up guys, Aroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in today's video I'm going to be making a quick showcasing guide on Duchess Lilitu. So Duchess is a champion that I haven't really been seeing a lot of videos pop up on for guides. I mean, the last video I've seen, which is probably like 6 to 8 months ago, maybe even a year ago, I just haven't really seen too much content surrounding Duchess particularly, probably because people feel like if they don't have them, they might get frustrated. I know I felt that way a little bit, where I'm frustrated that I don't have her, so there's no point to even creating a guide on her to begin with. But for those who do pull Duchess Lilitu, it is important to have a guide on her, have an updated guide on her, especially for 2023. So let's get into it. So as I show you this guide on Duchess, I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you're just watching it, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's going to really benefit the channel, and I really appreciate it if you do that. So let me go and showcase Duchess. I did just pull Duchess recently, and she seriously helped me on progressing, and especially progressing in Tag Team Arena. She's a very, very powerful and very versatile champion. She's very much meta and honestly OP. She is so insane. She will carry you throughout the entire game, and I do agree she's probably the best champion in the game next to Krisk, but I could say she could be even better than Krisk in certain situations, especially on defense for Arena and on offense for Arena as well. I would give her a 5-star on offense and a 5-star on defense in Arena. She is just so powerful. So anyways, let me get into her kit really quickly. Now there's multiple ways that you could build Duchess, and mainly she's used in Arena, right? But you can also use her in dungeons, you can use her in campaign, you can use her in Doom Tower. Doom Tower is a very good area for her as well for all the wave content. You can use her pretty much anywhere in the game. You can even use her in Clan Boss if you wanted to, but I don't think many people do use her in Clan Boss. If you do use her in Clan Boss, let me know in the comments down below if you use her in Clan Boss. Now here's my gear that I put on her, and this is my free-to-play account. So if you've been watching me for the past year and a half or almost 2 years since I've been posting content on Raid Shadow Legends, you know that this is my free-to-play account. I've never pulled like a OP meta champion until now. So this is my first OP meta champion. I mean, I guess some people might say Sir Nicholas is meta, but I don't think he is. He's not meta in Arena. He's only good for he's really good for PvE. He's okay in PvP. But for Duchess, she is OP in PvP. And if you get her, you're extremely lucky. So her total stats that I have her in a Stalwart set, and Stalwart set allows you to mitigate AoE damage. So reduces 30% damage taken from AoE attacks. That is massive. So that attached with her passive ability, which decreases the damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25% in Arena and 15% from bosses. Now with her Stalwart set, she's going to reduce an additional 30%. So in PvP, she's going to mitigate 55% AoE damage with a Stalwart set, which is insane. Her A1, if you don't know, attacks 2 times on one enemy, places a shield buff equal to 10% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns on this champion, and the champion an ally with the lowest HP, which is definitely really good. She scales on defense, so very easy to build her tanky. And then on her Shroud of Souls ability on the A2, block debuffs and a 50% increase attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. And when you have an attack-based champion, which a lot of times you're going to put her with attack-based champions, she's going to go ahead and put that block debuffs, put the perfect veil, put the increased attack, because it places it for 2 turns except this champion, which hopefully allows your nuker to take a turn and hopefully finish the battle. Now, of course, if your nuker dies, then she can go ahead with her A3 and revive them. Revives all dead allies, 70% HP, places a veil buff on all allies except this champion for 1 turn, and places a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. So the continuous heal does go on herself as well as all the allies. On a 6-turn cooldown, I don't have her booked because I'm free to play. It's hard to get books in this game. Plus, I save my books until CVC. It's very important for you to do that. So Masteries, I haven't completed her Masteries yet because I just got her a couple days ago. on Friday or Saturday, go ahead and check out that shard pull video. It was pretty bonkers. I pulled quite a few legendaries. And then on the defense tree, I would recommend going with defense and support personally. Of course, if you're going to use her in Clan Boss, you could go with offense, go down to War Master. But I don't recommend using this champion in Clan Boss. I recommend her in PvE and PvP mainly. For like PvE would be for the waves. It would be for certain dungeons that you're having struggles with. Honestly, she can take you all the way up to stage 25 dungeons, most likely, with no problem. And the run's going to be a little bit slower with her because she has slow animations, but it'll allow you to do more with your content, right? And push further and further. Now for Arena, I would go defense. I would definitely take Shadow Heal. That's a very good ability. Anytime the enemy heals, she heals as well by 6% each time they heal, and it occurs once per turn. And then I'd go to Delayed Death. I'd probably go with Cycle of Revenge, because it increases the turn meter, 50% chance. And then you could also go with Retribution. And then I would also suggest either Unshakable, or on the support tree you could go with either Timely Intervention. Whenever an ally hero drops below 25%, it boosts her turn meter by 20%. You could go with Oppressor, increases the turn meter fill rate by 2.5% each active debuff cast by this champion. I wouldn't go with that actually. She doesn't do debuffs, so I wouldn't go with that. I would either go with Timely Intervention or Elixir of Life if you want more HP. But probably the best thing might be Unshakable on her, depending on the situation. But I would prefer her to have a lot of resistance. That's just me. Because you don't want her getting buff stripped, right? But more than likely, Duchess, the easiest way to beat her is buff stripping her and then nuking her with a magic champion. And but the thing is, her passive is really great. By mitigating 25% of that damage, it hopefully allows her to survive longer. Now, she also has an aura of 19%. I mean, it just gets better and better. So that's fantastic. I do not have blessings on her, but you could go with a couple of different blessings on her. I mean, let's see. Just kind of reading through these real quick. You could do Intimidating Presence, but might not be worth it. Decreases, so Temporal Chain looks pretty good. Decreases in each enemy speed for each active buff they're under. So this could be a good one on Duchess because it could allow her to go second. And you could also utilize Polymorph on Duchess as well if you wanted to. But I really do like this Temporal Chains ability. And Polymorph is good as well. Some people throw her in Brimstone, but personally I wouldn't do that. I would probably go with Polymorph or Temporal Chains. Lightning Cage, I mean, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of Lightning Cage myself. What do you guys think about Lightning Cage? Leave it in the comments down below. But yeah, I'd probably go with Polymorph or go with Temporal Chains on Duchess if you, for some reason, got a blessing. Now, just to showcase the gear that I have, I've been playing for 3 years, okay? So playing this long as a free-to-play player, of course you're going to have a lot of legendaries. Most of my legendaries are fusion champions, login champions, or champions that I get from missions. Mithrala is from Hydra, so every time you beat Hydra, you get fragments. So a lot of these champions are fragment champions, free champions that we just get from logging in. So that's where I got most of my legendaries. Luckily, Duchess I got on this recent 2x event for Ancient Shards. So 2x Ancient Shards, pulled a bunch of shards, and I got her. So super, super excited. Now I have her in an Immortal set because of the 15% HP. And this piece has a quad roll on resistance, which is fantastic. Also has HP and speed on it too, which is very good. So 50 can get up to 66 resistance if I get a good glyph on her. So I did add it up and got a glyph. Now we got 60 resistance. That's really good. This one's kind of meh, kind of right down the board, across the board. I was hoping for more resistance and speed. Accuracy, she doesn't need accuracy, so this was kind of pointless. Shield, resistance, crit damage isn't necessary. Speed is, defense is good too. Defense percent on the gauntlet. Now, you could also go with HP percent on the gauntlet. I definitely want to get this changed out eventually to a 6-star piece, but for now we're going to use this one. Crit rate, not necessary, but I was looking for speed and resistance, defense, just tanky supporting stats, right? Resistance on the chest plate here for the stalwart, and speed and HP was nice. I was hoping for double speed, but it is what it is. And then speed on the boots with resistance, defense, HP, and then accuracy is not necessary. On the accessories, I went with defense on the ring with HP, defense on the amulet with double resistance, and then resistance on the banner. I was really hoping that I didn't get any attack and just got all speed or defense percent, but again, I just didn't get lucky there. So her total stats, 55,000 HP. I wish this was around like 60 or 70, but unfortunately I just don't have the gear to get her to 60 or 70k. Almost 4k defense, 214 speed, 537 resistance, accuracy is not necessary, damage is not necessary on her. And then the skills, I do not have her booked. Masteries, as I showed you already, they're not fully complete. So I'm going to go ahead and take her in for a spin for you guys, just to showcase to you that she is a go second type champion mainly, but she could be utilized as a go first as well. There are a lot of people out there that are end game who have her at like 260 to 280 speed, maybe even faster with better stats than I have her in. Now I have her in Stalwart, but I do recommend putting her in a Stone Skin as well. And if you can't do Stone Skin, you could also do another set as well. Which set is it called? Protection, I think. You can go with triple resistance. You can go with fortitude. You could go with protection set as well. You could also go with a bolster set on her too. So multiple different artifact types that you can put on her. So let's take her into Arena, and I'll showcase her in action. I am in Gold 5, and let's go against this team. They're definitely going to go first. So how I would use her, something like this. So I would go with, I got to put her in, right? And then they don't really have single target damage dealers besides this guy right here. What's his name again? Lord Shazar. You could also pair her really well. She pairs very, very well with a Mithrala to cleanse in case for some reason they do anything like put buffs on us or whatever. And then I'll also utilize, who else can I utilize? We'll use my Foley, okay? And we'll also utilize, we'll use Vogoth, right, to heal us in case they do big damage. So let's use this team. Let me showcase to you what she can do. She's actually very powerful, so they're going to go first. So we resisted all across the board, resisted again. And that's why you want her in high resistance. And we're taking a lot of hits. So she has that mitigation of damage for the AoE, which is insane. Now, I should have used the cleanse on Mithrala, but I didn't, because I think I can just take them out like this. Yeah. So that was pretty easy. And then, of course, she has that insane ability where she does all those buffs there. Especially the block debuffs buff. That's insane. So there we go. Pretty easy win there. Let's go with another team. You know what? They're not really doing that much damage. This team is going to be tough because of the strip from Madame Saris. So with the strip, I would have to keep Vogoth in because I wouldn't want to get killed. And then, of course, you got this guy, Genbo the Dishonored. He has a very, very strong hitting ability that can just nuke us right down to the ground. And I could also use, now say if you just wanted to build a defense support team and you just wanted to survive a long time, you could also use this champion here. You could do this and utilize her in the lead. She's a little bit faster with 24% compared to 19, which is Mother Sibeli. And I do have her in Brimstone. She's fairly fast. And this is just going to be a survivability type team for Go Second. But can we win? That's the question. I'm going to just full auto it and see if it works. But because we have, everybody's resisting, because we have Duchess, hopefully we could survive the hit. Okay, so we survived the hit. Mother Sibel is not built for support. She is simply built because damage. So Mother Sibel is built for damage because she has a passive. When she dies, she fully heals the ally with the lowest HP. And when she gets picked back up, she also heals again. So boom, you see all the heals from Mother Sibeli when she gets picked back up. So this team that's going against me, you would think they're going to be crazy strong. But with this Go Second team with Duchess, we're going to win. Like, they are just not going to do enough damage to us. So there you go. And we're obviously not going super fast, but it's just the fact that they couldn't kill us. right? Genbo is a very strong champion, but he just couldn't kill us because Duchess has a crazy passive. Reducing AoE damage incoming by 25% to all allies, which is super, super OP. Now we do have this new fusion that's just coming out, Pythion, and he's got good abilities as well, very similar to Duchess, but I don't think he's as strong as Duchess, by no means. By no means is he as strong as Duchess, he's just not. Here's another really good team, it's Duchess, but he also has Necrit, which is very, very strong, and because they have Necrit, of course, Necrit and Hegemon's going to try to nuke us down, and then he also has another nuke here. So what I would do is I would take them out, and I would put in, let's see, Foley. And Foley would hopefully be able to kill somebody with just increased attack. I don't have decreased defense, but he also has a stun. But of course, most of the time, people that have nuke champions are not building their accuracy over like 500 with nuke champions, because they're focusing on damage. Now Hegemon may be built for high accuracy around 600, so he could potentially end up putting debuffs on our Duchess, but then we have Mithrala to cleanse, of course, and then because he's AoEing into Vogoth, Vogoth's going to heal us up so he won't die. That's additional health and support, and then he's not going to be able to kill us either. At least I don't believe so. It's a strong team, but let's see what happens. Boom, there's the nuke. He did not kill us. And now we can go ahead and cleanse. Now let's see if she just does it by herself. She doesn't do it by herself. Unfortunately with Mithrala, she will not do the cleanse. She just goes in and does the A2 with the Hex. I don't know why she does that, especially when there are debuffs. Maybe if there's more debuffs on us, then she'll do it by herself, but it didn't end up working there. Of course, if we did do the cleanse, we would have won because we could have AoE'd them down to the ground. But of course, with the, I don't know why on auto the AI just doesn't like to do its job. So let's go ahead and do the cleanse now manually. And let's see, I don't think we're going to win, but let's see. If we can kill Duchess, maybe. Maybe we get lucky. Okay, Duchess is down. We're taking a little damage here. And yeah, we're probably going to end up losing this one. Yeah, so that's a loss. And that's simply because we didn't do the cleanse. Because the AI stinks on Mithrala. So it is what it is. I just wanted to show you a couple of different matches. Obviously, this team is very, very strong. I mean, almost 300k team power. Same with mine, but they just have more damage. Yeah, so I just wanted to showcase to you the teams and what Duchess can do. She's very, very good tanky champion. And obviously, if you get her, she's going to be phenomenal for anybody out there. I did just want to show her against a few different teams. Obviously, that last team was just really, really powerful, and I couldn't even do anything against them, especially with the AI, of course, being annoying. But yeah, please consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on a video soon. Peace.